Hello, this is Dr. Stanley Lang, and welcome to this site. This is a continuation of the series of videos that I've been doing on how to deal with fear that might be controlling you. In particular, we're looking at how fear might control you in your pursuit of creating a home-based business, but certainly we have fears that control every part of our life at times, and the things we learn about how to deal with the fear as it pertains to creating a home business will apply to many of the other areas of your life. So one of the things I want to make sure is that I don't leave the impression that there's a permanent cure for fear, because there isn't. It is a normal feeling, but for some people there is no question that the fear in their life is controlling them more than it ought to. And if that person is you, and you want to break free to the things that are real goals in your life, then you have to figure out a way to overcome the fear. These strategies have worked for me and for others, and so I offer them to you as ways that you can get a hold of this area of your life. Now, for this particular strategy today, we're going to be learning how to substitute a thought and a feeling in place of the fear, and to use that as a way of focusing and to sort of bring a completely different sense to the experience. So the goal with this strategy is to do what you're doing with a smile on your face. Now, what we want as a sort of a secondary goal is that this is a genuine smile, meaning that it comes from a genuine feeling that would support a smile. So we're not looking for a plastic smile on top of a fearful face. We're looking for a smile that comes from something funny going on in your mind. So for this little strategy to work, I want you to come up with 2 or 3 scenes that will always strike a smile either internally for you or on your face whenever you think about them. And there's a few things that come to my mind. For instance, whenever I think about them, I start to smile. And it may be totally unrelated to whatever the circumstances are that I'm in, but I still will start to smile. And I want you to come up with 2 or 3 of these things. Now, I'm asking you to think of things that are funny, not things that are peaceful. We're looking for a different emotion here. Now, I want you to remember the image. Imagine getting into the scene completely and feel what it felt like, and smile. Put a big smile on your face as you remember that scene. And just keep thinking of that scene, keep feeling that feeling, and now transfer all of that, even as you're thinking it, feeling it, to the situation that's making you feel afraid. So what you're going to try to do in this is to overlay this funny scene on top of the scene that is making you feel afraid. So you're going to actually be seeing 2 things at once, in a sense. It's like you took a semi-plastic picture, or a semi-clear picture, and you put it over the real picture so that you could see them both at the same time. And that's what you're trying to do in your mind with this strategy. And so you're focusing on this little thing that makes you smile, and you're focusing on the thing that usually makes you feel afraid at the same time. And what will happen is that you'll have this sort of a flicker of a smile and as you're considering doing whatever that activity might be. And that might be picking up the phone and calling somebody that you're afraid to call. It might be talking to somebody that you're afraid to talk to. It might be doing some new task that you just have put off because it seems too daunting. And once you overlay this feeling of happiness with a smile on top of it, it completely changes the nature of what you're experiencing, and will be very easy, much more easy to proceed with what you plan to do. Now, I suggest that you have 2 or 3 of these scenes that you will sort of cycle through to have in mind, to kind of pull out like a tool chest. And it's important that you develop the habit of doing this strategy. Whenever you feel the feeling of fear, overlay overlay something that made you laugh on top of that feeling of fear. Because most of the time, what we're afraid of isn't real anyway. So it's not like we're trying to make something unreal out of something that's real. Usually what we're afraid of isn't going to happen. It's not real anyway. So we're just laying something on top of it to give us a completely different perspective. And that something on top of it is a real event in your life, something that you remember reading, seeing, doing, that made you smile. And as you do this, I promise you that your feeling of fear will be less intense and may actually completely go away as you focus on this thing that made you smile in the first place. So it's important that you practice this. This doesn't happen automatically till you practice it a lot. So the idea would be that you practice it daily, multiple times a day, for at least a month. Then it will start to become an ingrained strategy that you can pull out whenever you're starting to feel fear and you're starting to feel that fear is holding you back from doing what you should do. I hope this helps you. I look forward to talking to you again in the future. I wish you success in your whole life, and specifically success in your business. God bless, and have a great day.